Hey friends all over the world, I want to talk to you about the COVID conspiracy. And I want to expose this because so many people have been talking about this. So many of us have spoken about it. I spoke about it in March 2020. And there were a lot of people that said a lot of hateful things and egregious things in my inbox and on the comments. Because of what I said, they attempted to censor, to shame, block, silence people for speaking about this. They called us conspiracy theorists, quacks, false prophets, and the list goes on. But I hope you'll listen. I hope you'll pay attention to this because this is very relevant for not only now, but for the future. 2 Chronicles 20:20 says, believe the Lord your God, so shall you prosper. Believe in the Lord your God, so shall you be established. Believe his prophets, so shall you prosper. And in 2020, around March, I shared a viral video. It's probably 4+ million views now. A viral video about the truth about COVID-19. And in that video, I shared that this was a demonic concoction. And I began to share these things, and some of you received it, some of you didn't. Now listen to this. News outlets, media outlets, including insiders within the Chinese government, are beginning to reveal the plausibility that COVID was created in a lab. Now, nobody has come out and said that it's absolutely certain yet, but they are now using the term plausible. It's plausible. So now it's plausible. But before, we were conspiracy theorists. We were just making it all up. We just pulled it out of our what. Now they're saying it's plausible. And not only that, but a few months ago, the World Health Organization sent an investigator, their virology investigators, their scientists, to investigate and inspect ground zero for COVID. And now they're saying that it is possible. This is a separate report that is saying it is possible. They have not ruled out the possibility that it was created in a laboratory. Now here's what I want to say to you, and I'm not trying to be a conspiracy theorist, but I'm just asking you, when are we as people, especially American people, going to begin to think for ourselves? Is thinking for yourself a crime now? If asking questions is a crime, then what's next? Now, anybody that has any divergent thought process that says, I don't buy whatever the media is presenting to me, that person's a conspiracy theorist, and that person is shamed and silenced and banned. Then where are we headed as a society? And I'm asking a much broader question. I'm not just talking about COVID-19. I'm talking about the fact that there were many intelligent Americans and people all over the world that had questions about the plausibility of what they're now suggesting is plausible. So now they're saying, okay, yeah, it is plausible now. So it wasn't plausible then? I'm telling you people, censorship and control are becoming a norm. And it's designed to keep you from asking questions. So, another example is there were people that questioned the veracity and the efficacy of the vaccine. And when we did that, Facebook comes along and they say, okay, you can't talk about this, you can't talk about that. And I'm not making definitive statements. I'm not saying, because I'm not an expert. But now they've come back and said that there are instances. Emory University, a prestigious medical institution, is now saying they're now researching blood clots as a result of the vaccine. They're researching instances of anaphylaxis. We have over, well, I don't know the exact number now, I haven't researched it recently, but the CDC website has something called the VAERS system. And the VAERS system is the Vaccine Adverse Incident Reporting System, or Adverse Occurrence Reporting System. And this reporting system is designed to report incidents of adverse reactions to the vaccine. Usually what we call anaphylaxis. That means that a person has an allergic reaction to any vaccine. And now they're reporting incidents. This is a fact. You can fact check me. Facebook can fact check me on this. I will never put out false information, ever. So here's what I'm trying to explain to you. Those of us that had questions, those of us that said, you know what, I don't know about this. I'm not sure that I buy that somebody became patient zero by eating a bat when Chinese people have eaten bats for thousands of years. And so, again, I'm not saying, listen, I don't have all the facts, but many prophetic people were talking about this. They were describing this in detail. And that's why, you got to hear this, that's why it's important for you to understand what's really happening. The silencing of prophetic voices is strategic. It is not haphazard. It is not random. The silencing of prophetic people is not random. It is not haphazard. The devil wants to silence prophets because prophets are, listen to this, they are the alarm system. They are the watchmen. These are the ones that sound the alarm. Blow the trumpet in Zion and sound the alarm. These are the people who exhort, who warn, who rebuke, who encourage, who inspire. And these are the ones being shut down. There's even a document going around now saying that people should not prophesy concerning politics. People should not prophesy concerning the election. And if they do, then they need to run it by whoever these people are before they release it. And I'm telling you right now, there's a reason for this. And you better hear me. I told you the other day that these reports of the things that have been happening recently are not sporadic. They are not random. They are very strategic. Merck just released a statement that there will be more variants coming out, and that these variants are going to be deadly. These are the actual companies that manufacture so-called vaccines. So why is it that anybody that, oh, you're an anti-vaxxer, you're this, you're that, and we're shamed, we're first of all, I don't consider myself an anti-vaxxer anyway, but anybody that has any line of thinking that is contrary to whatever the mass media is pushing, that person is foolish. That person's an idiot. That person's a quack, an anti-vaxxer, a conspiracy theorist. A radical charismatic, and so forth and so on. And yet here we are today. Here we are today. And they're telling you right now, the same news outlets that told you, that shamed folks, are the same news outlets that are telling folks, yeah, it is plausible. So here's my question. What else is plausible? What else is plausible? What else is plausible? How can you say that anything is 100% safe? The air you breathe is not even 100% safe. The water you drink has fluoride in it. The candy has carcinogens in it. So how in the world, if candy can kill you, if regular chicken, GMO chicken that has hormones and antibiotics in it can make you sick, how can you say that a vaccine is 100% safe? Nothing, no vaccine, not even the flu vaccine is 100% safe. This is crazy. I'm not telling you not to be vaccinated. That's between you and God. That's your choice. That's your decision. But it should be your decision. Why is somebody else trying to make that decision for you? Why, if you have questions about making that decision, are you demonized? Why is it that when prophets warned us about things like this, we told, and then watch this, after the elections, we went on a campaign to destroy anybody that was sharing or speaking in a manner that was divergent from whatever the popular liberal opinion was. So now you want us to be, I'm trying to tell you people, you better be praying. You better hear God for yourself. You better hear God for yourself. You better hear God for yourself. And I'm trying to tell you, go jump on this bandwagon if you want to, of trying to nullify and cancel the prophets. You be a fool if you want to. Be a fool if you want to be. I mean, my goodness. Why would you? Okay, let me just say this. Here's what I want to say to you. Why would you side with people who have never been right? Why would you side with people who have never been right? Watch this, and stand against prophets who have been right most of the time. I'm not even going to say all the time. I'm going to say most of the time. Why would you stand with people who've never been right and stand against people who've been right most of the time, who have a history of accuracy, a history of credibility? Why would you? That just doesn't make sense to me. I mean, if anything, I would say, I may not agree with you now, but you definitely have been right most of the time, so I'm going to consider what you're saying. Why not give consideration to people that have a history of being right? And instead, you choose to side with people who've never been right about anything? People that have never said anything to even be criticized or judged. I would rather stand with people who got it right most of the time and may get it wrong sometimes, but are bold enough to speak so that what they say can be judged, than people who have never said anything that can even be judged. I'm telling you, church, we better wake up. We better wake up right now. We better wake up to this. And a lot of you may say, for example, you got people who will say, well, no, they should have never said nothing about politics. And you still follow leaders who got every prophecy wrong about politics in the past. They said Hillary Clinton was going to win the election. These same preachers. And you still follow them. You've never corrected them. You've never spoken against them. You've never said they shouldn't prophesy about politics because you like that candidate. Because you're a liberal and you like that candidate. So you support those preachers because they prophesied what you wanted. And now you have the hypocritical audacity to say that prophets shouldn't speak when you are following false prophets today. Not only are you following false prophets, some of you are following immoral prophets, people that have a lifestyle that's so questionable. I mean, you got people, you're still in churches. You're saying that prophets should sit down and shut up and be canceled and never preach again. But you are in a church right now where a pastor has multiple children out of wedlock. And that's your favorite pastor. Hallelujah, pastor. Man, you are a hypocrite, man. You're a hypocrite. You're a hypocrite. You better wake up. Wake up. Wake up. I'm trying to tell you, more stuff is going to come out. More stuff is going to come out. I'm telling you, there's a lot of stuff that's coming out. There are federal cases right now. There are investigations going on right now that have not been publicized, where things are being investigated. Where things are being investigated. See, the Bible says, be quick to hear and slow to speak, slow to wrath. Think. All I'm asking you to do is think. Just think for yourself. Just think for yourself. Pray and think and consider, and then pray again and think again and consider, and then pray again and think again and consider. Please share this. And remember, Jesus is Lord.